And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the 1112 edition of Makers and Movers podcast. I'm your host, Todd. How are you doing today, folks? Woo, we got a day. We had a great time last night. At least I think we did, right? I think we did. We showed off some stuff. We talked about some stuff. We can touch on all that this morning. But today we got a little thing called a podcast to do, and my notes are come on up here because what are we doing? We're talking cutoff today, right? Is that right? Cutoff day. Cutoff. That's what we're talking about today. Is the how to set up, how to announce, and how to actually stick to your holiday deadlines, and how to keep your customers happy. So, if this is your first time here, a long time here, to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, what the weather is like in the area. It's still chilly outside. It's chilly. It's chilly. We got the retro vibe Celsius rocking this morning. And then your five things. What are five things that you are going to accomplish today? So for us, we have DTF that needs to get done. We have glitter transfers that need to get done. We're going to do some rhinestone transfers today. Then pack and pull orders as usual, and then some artwork that we need to get approvals on. So those are our five for sure things that we are going to get done today. Let me know what yours are there. Let's see. As people check in and stop in here today. Gabriella, good morning to you, or good afternoon in your case. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Hopefully you're lasting, Chuck. I know you're in a cold spell down there. Hopefully you're lasting. Linda, good morning to you. Keith, good morning from the sunny space coast of Florida. Coffee in the cup. You cold too, Keith? You got falling iguanas. Renee, morning, Chuck. Greetings from 39 on the way to 48 Chicagoland. Renee, did I see something where it's going to be like 70s this weekend? Did I see that right? Jerry, good morning. Linda, great 60 degrees there in Central Texas. Iced tea in the cup. Five things. Rinse and repeat. Right? Photo shoot, edit photos, post photos online, 3D print, engrave. One day, you know what we're going to have right after that engrave? We're going to have UV print. UV print. That's what we see. Rustling, good morning. Working but here. We're glad you are here for us. Pleasant partners, good morning from chilly but sunny Virginia, right? Yeah, that's Virginia. Very cold in Italy, and you have the flu. Oh, sorry to hear that. Barb, good morning. North Central Minnesota, 35 and cloudy. Water in the cup, five things. 3D print, customer quotes, graphic layouts, clean office, order supplies. Barb's got a busy day in front of her. And hi, Jerry. Hi, Chuck and Renee from Barb. And Wrestling hopes you feel better. Gabriella. And Decal Ranch. Look at that. Jeff is coming in here all as like Decal Ranch. What up? Morning all. 46 sunny there in Northern Kentucky. Diet Coke in the cup. Five things. Nothing new. Rinse and repeat, right? Good morning, Jerry and Linda from Rustling. And Chuck, we're good. It's up to the 50. Woo-hoo! Falling iguana season. I think I saw 65 on Sunday. Yeah. It's going to be wild, wild. How much snow did you end up with, Renee? Because I saw some places got dumped on. We did not. Denise, good morning. 48 Alabama. Printing shipping labels, ship and oh, I'm like ship the puppy. And puppy's getting a haircut. Very nice day. Okay. Okay. So what do we have? Um what do we have for something? What do we have yesterday, last night? What do we talk about? So I think we finished with the dev team at about 2 o'clock this morning, and we got some working models, so that way some things can get done in the wizard. The girls, as they get in the office today, will be testing that out to make sure that we're good to go. And then once we're good to go, they can give us a final cut, edit, final program, final. This is it that we can launch and then be able to go. So closer, 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 closer. I think it'll be. I think it will. It's really close on Wizard. So that's exciting news. Then we said Cam's machine up and running. Got the first transfers off of that. This is the very first one. Woohoo! I'm super excited. Now, if you order between now and the end of the year, there's a good chance you're going to get stuff like this in your order because we want you to, we want to say, hey, thanks. Thanks for doing it. Because snowflakes go good on everything. You can put snowflakes on anything and it makes it festive. And it's not just Christmas, it's winter. So there may be some of those in some people's orders today that are going out and some orders, for the rest of the year and just in general. But we got that up and going. And then we made, what did we use? We used chameleon and pink Man, look at how that bad boy turned out. Ooh, chameleon. No, this was Neptune. This was Neptune. Hud's was chameleon, and he said, "I'm wearing it." So Hattie's was there's the Neptune. Why do I feel like I'm on there? So there's the Neptune. Oh, there. Now I can do it. So there's Neptune. Neptune in the pink. We'll get a little camera action on that. Oh, look at that sparkle. Oh, oh, baby. So we did that last night. And we gave updates on stuff. So everything's getting closer, closer, closer. Uh, Thursday, which is tomorrow. We are on Pilar birthday eve. We are on tomorrow on Todd's birthday eve. Pilar's birthday, Todd's birthday eve. We are having the 12 days of Christmas flash sale launch. So every day there'll be a new thing for sale. Go check out our page. Make sure you're on the email, sign up, and you'll get those flash deals every day. They'll start at 9 a.m., they'll go to midnight. Some are percentages off, some are once they're gone, they're gone. And that's all starting there. So you can kind of pick and choose. And so we're pretty excited about that. And then the 25th for Black Friday, that's when we'll launch Black Friday for it. And we're going to bring back the ball drops. So we're going to, like I said, I thought we'd do that maybe like once a quarter. We'll get in there, we'll do that, we'll have some fun and give some stuff away, maybe even some cameos. There's still, maybe I kept a few back just for an occasion like that. You'll have to tune in to find out for it. So some real fun and exciting stuff coming up on that side of it. So yeah, what do you say? What do you say we just go ahead and get get right into it? Yeah. Let's get into it. Is that how it goes? Because today we've got a busy day. The sooner we get wrapped up here, the sooner you can get into work, right? Yeah. That's what we're saying. So when we come to this, on the whole, cutoff conundrum, how will we say no without losing sales? you know every decorator, they face the same problems every season. That customer who decides to message in 2 days before Christmas, say, hey, it's too late to get an order. And guess what? Because you care, what do? You scramble, you stress, and a lot of times you sacrifice your sanity to say yes. But what if you could, set up some boundaries that protect your time and your customer relationships? Today's episode, we're talking about the art of saying no, kindly, clearly, and confidently. We'll cover how you can set your Christmas cutoff, communicate it early, and stick to it even when your inbox starts filling up with those pretty please requests. Because you can't do it all, right? And you don't have to. Setting limits, that is not bad customer service. It's sustainable business. So, what do you say? Let's just dig into how we can set those boundaries without losing sales or your peace of mind. So, number one is let's set your cutoff based on reality, not pressure. Okay. Now, many makers will choose their cutoff date based on what sounds reasonable, not what's realistic. Truth is, your cutoff needs to match your actual production time, shipping schedules, and your life. If a supplier takes 5 days to deliver blanks to you, your press turnaround time averages 3 days, and you want a 2 day buffer, your cutoff shouldn't be December 15th. It should be the 5th at the latest. If the biggest mistake that a lot of decorators make is setting a cutoff date that looks great on paper, but in practice, it is going to completely fall apart. You end up working late nights, skipping meals, and stressing through the holidays. Your cutoff date should give you breathing room, not the countdown to chaos. A realistic cutoff date that also creates that urgency for your customers. When people know that there's a firm date, they plan ahead and you look more professional for it. So, some examples of this is an artist sets her Christmas deadline 2 weeks earlier than last year and doubles her pre-order because she markets it as guaranteed by Christmas. Another one sets up a guaranteed delivery by December 12th policy. Excuse me, December 12th policy, and clearly labels any orders after that not guaranteed for Christmas. Customers appreciate that honesty and they order early. So, for this one, the action step is write down your average turnaround time. supplier lead times, and then delivery window, and then add on an extra 2, 3 days as a buffer, and then mark that as your final cutoff date. All right. So we got the final cutoff date. Now, what do we got to do? We can announce early and announce often. Setting cutoff dates, is really useless if nobody knows it. The sooner and more frequently that you announce your deadline, the smoother your holiday season is going to go. You cannot expect people to remember one post buried in their feed from 3 weeks ago. You have got to make it visible everywhere. Use countdown graphics, email reminders, pin post, even printed inserts with the local orders. Repetition is going to be your best friend here. Customers don't get mad at reminders. They really do appreciate them. It gives them a sense of structure and time to plan. That early communication, it also positions you as the professional who values organization and customer satisfaction. You're not being pushy, you're just being proactive on it. So some examples of this is a decorator starts a countdown to Christmas cutoff, and they do this as a post series, and they start them 3 weeks early, and photos of their best sellers, and a friendly order by December 5th to make sure you have in time for Christmas. They do that in every caption as a reminder in every caption. So another decorator emails her list weekly with subject line, "Don't miss the cutoff. Order by Friday." And what happens? She sees that surge in repeat customers. So, for action step on this, you know, let's schedule at least 3 reminders in the next week, right? One social post, one story, and one email. And we're just going to keep the message simple. To guarantee Christmas delivery, you need to order by blank, right? To guarantee Christmas delivery, you need to order by blank. Now, number 3 is we need to train the customers to respect our timelines, right? The reason customers push past your deadline, it isn't because they're rude. It's because they're used to you saying yes. You've trained them that last minute orders are perfectly fine. So this year, it's time to retrain them because consistency builds respect. When you set your boundaries and then you enforce them kindly, people will adjust. The first year you hold, your cutoff firm. Sure, you might lose a few of those latecomers, but next year they'll order early. Order early. Customers, they really do respect businesses that are organized and upfront about deadlines. You can even create an urgency without sounding harsh. Frame your cutoff as a benefit. Order early to guarantee your spot. Instead of saying, "Hey, I'm closing order soon." That positive framing, that makes people want to act. So some examples of this is a t-shirt maker posted a daily order tracker story that says how many Christmas spots are left. Her customers start competing to grab those last few slots. This goes back to when we said, how much is your bandwidth? How many can you take? Hey, there's how many orders I can do. That's it. Those slots are filled. They're done. And the laser engraver added, next available ship date banner to her site. So customers automatically see how close the cutoff day is. So, hey, here's normal production. Here's what it is. Ooh, next available ship date is going to be here. So what's the action step for this? Is we just need to rewrite our cutoff post with, positive customer-centric language. And we focus on the benefits, not the limits. Order early for guaranteed delivery. Well, before we get into 4 and 5, let's see what else have we missed in there. Did you learn that work in Wizard 6? Yeah, just how to say no. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we want to do. We stopped where we're at. We're polishing that, making that tight, and then we can just release updates monthly on it because it's a subscription, so we don't have to worry about stuff. Sandy, good morning to you. Coffee in the Cup 39, organizing inventory, embroidery, more embroidery, cutting vinyl, updating website. Sandy has got a busy day. Jerry really likes the snowflakes. Yes, she did. And so these are SS10s, and then we're going to have some that are SS6s. So we're running SS10s and then SS6s. And Debbie said cute. And yes, this design is over on our website, over at the rhinestoneworld.com. Go check it out. I'm not going to sing. It's too early for me to sing for it. Kevin, better late than never. That's right. That's right. And you can always watch Team Replay. If you're Team Replay, make sure to comment that down below. Team Replay down there. Yeah, well, such sound advice. Thank you. It's from years of screwing up. Let me be honest with that. I am not perfect by any means. I have screwed up more things, tens of thousands of dollars lost out on things. My screw ups, trying to prevent you guys from running those same things. Gabriel said, in my case, cutoff time is December 1st, 2025, because shipping here in Italy is slow. See, got it. Yeah, Dirk's making noise. Dirk's not thirsty. Dirk just got drinks yesterday, so he's fine. He's just making it. Alicia, good morning to you. Great tips, Todd. Great tips, Todd. Thanks, Kevin. I like that only X spots left. Yeah, and that's especially somebody who is doing this as a side hustle. You know what your is. You know what you can take of. Hey, I can take two more projects for this. I can, if you go through it, hey, I can add another one. Great, but there is, that kind of. I'm done. I'm good to go with it. Make sure you get my order out today. I forgot to get those files last night. Look right here. Look right here. Look at there. There's yours right there. Bonus bundles, 4 of them, and you're right there. Yeah, it's going out. In fact, it does ship out today, and I think it said by Saturday, I think is what it said. So yeah, you're on the list right there. Right there. See, that's what we got to do. Go pull order so you can get it out there. Uh, any opinions on the buy machines, right? Is that how I say it? Buy. What's the shirt about? Oh, so we talked last night on split designs or rhinestones. Just briefly touched it where you said we could see if we could do this on somebody. And yeah, I'm going to get with Corey today to find out which hoodie this is, because this one, if you look, it's really close all the way through it. So that center, you don't have that spacing like down here where it's split apart like that. So you can get really close with it. And there's a couple little issues up here, but doom, all the way down and all the way up. As far as what stones are these are majestic purple and the 16 facet premium stones that we have. Which, why don't we just go ahead and turn that on, and you can see, oh yeah, yeah, look at this sparkle. Oh, that sparkle, baby. I love that majestic purple on it. So that's what that one is. I said, tune in. We'll do more. We might have to roll some of that, put some of that stuff there. Current favorite color of stones? Man, that's tough. I'll go through them today and I'll pick out some of Todd's tops. Top Todds. Yeah, top Todds. We'll put that together for it and see what we got there for it. There's a good chance for it. There's a good chance for it. We got the middle of the night. We got, late 2 o'clock. We're still up with developers getting there. The girls, when they get in today, they'll go through it, see what everything's there, and then should go good to go for it. How to press close to the zipper, because the you can press right on it, Jerry, because you're not seeing the zipper. That's how close that part of it is there. Should we take consideration of those clients who order from another country? You could have international shipping, so you could have your cutoff. So if like you said, December 1st. Well, if international shipping takes longer, then here's this. So if international shipping needs to be cut off here, not sure on average how that is on your side. Because over there being the EU, are you able? Can you guesstimate how far or how long things will take? You can go there. Oh, Oh, Renee's making me something. I know this question is leading to something. I'm a blue and orange, baby. Why? Because, Illinois had to take care of me that with the Illini and the Bears. So blue, orange, those are kind of my favorite colors. Like I like a good blue, good orange, a good lime green, and neon things, bright in your face type thing. I get it. Um, let's see. Pressing pillow. Yeah, and on that, I don't even think we used a pressing pillow. That's a good Corey question. We'll ask for there. Nope. And with that, nope, that's metal zipper. Metal zipper. That's made sure we looked for metal zipper on it. So, okay, let's get back in. Let's get back to this and keep your questions coming. We'll answer them after this. Number 4, let's have a rush fee policy. And most importantly, let's stick to it. All right. Because what happens? Even with the best planning in place, someone will message you after your cutoff time, right? Well, guess what? That's where rush fees come in. Rush fees are not punishment, they are a premium service. Why? Because you are rearranging your schedule and you are working overtime to meet their needs. And that is worth extra compensation. I've told you time and time and again, what you do is a specialty. What you do is knowledge you've learned, skills you've picked up over the years, investments in yourself. You have value. You are worth something. You need to get paid for that. So, what we need to do is we need to make your rush fee clear before you need it. Post it publicly or include it in your FAQs. When a customer asks after your cutoff, respond with confidence. Hey, my regular Christmas deadline's passed, but I can get you in rush and your order, but it's an additional $25. Hey, if you'd like, we can take care of that for you. Most will appreciate the option, and some will take it, and some won't. But this policy keeps you in control, and it prevents that guilt-ridden overwork that we've all done. It turns chaos into opportunity and rewards your flexibility instead of punishing it. So, some examples of this is a decorator charged a flat $25 rush fee for any order placed after December 5th. Half the customers said yes without even hesitation on it. Another print shop created a special rush order section on their website so customers can easily upgrade their turnaround times. So, what do we need to do? We need to write out for the action step. Yep. What do we need to do? We need to write out our rush policy today, the fee amount, eligibility, cutoff dates. And then we're going to post that publicly so you never have to explain it under pressure. It's right there. It's been there. We've talked about it for a month, right? Number 5. Todd, I'm talking to you. Todd, I'm talking to you. Okay. Todd, listen to yourself. Go back, listen to yourself. Stick to your cutoff time, even when it's hard. The hard part, it's not setting the cutoff time, it's keeping it, right? Why? When you see money on the table, saying no feels painful. But every time you bend your rule, you reinforce the idea that it's flexible. And that's when burnout begins. Now, sticking to your cutoff times, what's that going to do? Well, it's going to show professionalism, it's going to show consistency, and it's going to show respect both for your customer and yourself. It teaches people how to work with you and that your word really does mean something. The decorators who enforce boundaries, you know, they earn loyalty because they're dependable. They're not desperate. So remember, you can say no kindly. Right? You can offer alternatives. Like, hey, do you need a digital gift card for them to buy later? We've got some open slots in January. What about a preseason sale, right? We can take care of this. We're not turning away customers. We are inviting them to plan ahead. A lack of planning on their end does not constitute an emergency on our end. I think I nailed it. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. So, some examples of this is, a small shop closes orders on December 5th, but offers gift now, ship later, printable gift cards. She earns that December revenue without the extra work. Another decorator turns post cutoff requests into pre orders for January for a new year, new gear drop in January. So, action step for this is let's write out 3 ways to say no politely, but confidently. An example of this is, hey, my cutoff time has passed, but I'd love to create something for you in January. Pretty simple, right? So to recap this, we're gonna recap how we can say no without losing sales. And number 1 is we are gonna set your cutoff based on reality, not on pressure. We're gonna announce early and often because customers need reminders. We're gonna train customers to respect your timeline. We're going to use rush fees to protect your time and earn more. And we're going to stick to that cutoff time with kindness and confidence because you cannot pour creativity from an empty cup. Setting and enforcing boundaries, it will not push customers away. It's going to build that trust and that sustainability. When you honor your own time, others will too. That's what we got for you today. Now, Friday's a big day. Friday's my birthday. Just saying, Friday's my birthday. Friday, we're going to talk about Small Business Saturday and how we can make it mean something. So that's what we're going to talk about on Saturday for you folks. Questions, comments, concerns, other things that are in here. And that's what we have. Let's see where we at. Oh, Tim, I got to get to Tim. Pricing is the worst part for me. We can help you with that, Kevin. Pricing, we can help with that. And for me, rush orders, it It very depends on that. Alicia says 25 minimum. So you have I go both ways with it. I have minimums, but then we also have percentage based. So that way, it's here's our expected timelines for things. If you need it sooner, 10%, 25%, 50%, 100%. Depends what you need it. There's different levels that go into that, but there should be a minimum with it because I don't want to have a flat rate of say $25 and then somebody says, "Hey, we need these 500 shirts and we need them here." Whoa, wait a minute. I fell into that once, and so that's where I use a combination of both of them, where it's a minimum price, but then it's based on their total, so that way you can get it for it. That's right. Know my worth. Alicia, love that. Love that. I totally unimpress myself in my service because I'm just starting out. There's a lot. The only competition is you, right? Tim's T-shirts down the street. It's in Illinois today. T-shirt, T-shirt Tim, T-Town Tim's T-shirt, Tim is here. Tim's overhead is different from our overhead. If I use Tim's prices, I could go out of business. Tim used my prices, he could go out of business. We don't base our stuff on what everybody else is doing. We base it on what we need to do to make sure all of our bills are paid and to make sure that we get paid. You know, here in Illinois, minimum wage, 15 bucks an hour. You're not making that, go work at McDonald's because at least you get some meals, you get some benefits, and even some vacation. So we definitely need to make sure we're getting there. Uh, And Zane says, I have a 500-piece order. I'll pay the 20. You're right. That's percentage based. That's why I go with it. Maybe once I get going more, I'll have the confidence to. Well, no, we're going to start that now. We're going to start that now. There's no different. You are the expert. They're coming to you. I learned cutoff time early on. I don't do rush orders. And some people don't. They're like, here, I can do this for this fee. Others are like, nope, it's done and over with. I know somebody that their Christmas stuff is already filled by Halloween. They're like, here's how many things I can do. Here's how many things. And since they are a maker of things where there's a process for it, they're like, it's filled up by him. And then they just spend the next 2 months pre-ordering for Valentine's Day. Right here, love this. Don't undercut yourself because you want to make a sale. It's hard to come up with a price if you start low. That is 100% right. It's always easier to bring a price down than to raise price. Just show your worth through your work. Hardest thing I had to learn. Absolutely love it. And Tim is there in Illinois. Welcome to Illinois, Tim. Sitting a bell tire, getting a new tire for my flat. Oh, welcome to Illinois. Did you get it here? Welcome to our roads. In fact, I do not take ordering November, December because I normally vend during those seasons and don't have time to do both unless one is a one off. There you go. See, learn she knows what she needs to do to make it so she enjoys what she's doing, right? Jerry, in my opinion, if the zipper is plastic, it's likely to have an issue one way or another, being that close to heat source. Yeah, so metal zippers. Yep, it's just me. So I don't do the late nights and early mornings do orders. And that's the like we've all been there, right? Where you're doing stuff in the middle of the night and you're doing stuff there. Like when we finally decided to make the leap that this is what we were going to do, the reason it got to that is was working a full-time job and then I was going to the shop and I was working, from 5 to midnight, 1, 2, and then coming home napping and getting up and going to work. And I couldn't do that. Like we had to make some changes and now here we are. Time management. Yeah. You know, buy back your time. Figure out what we need to do to make it so that way we can, get the most out of our time because we have the same, everybody, one thing we all have in common unless you're an Avenger or a mutant that I don't know about. But we all have the same 24 hours in a day. How do you use those? Right? I know people hate time blocks and hate time studies to see what they actually do with their time because then you're like, oh, I do suck up a lot of time. But people say I have no time, but they're like, yo, did you watch all of Wednesday? Like, no, I haven't watched it yet because I had stuff to get done. It was great. But then, they're like, I don't have any time to do this. You chose to do that instead of this. So we know by setting those boundaries, it helps out with it. That's right. Welcome to Powell City. That's what it did. Given said I did a rush order a few weeks ago with the owner say she'd order more and never did. Yep. You will get that time and time again. Let's start with this sample and I'll come back for 500 shirts. You can price it this. Nope. You're getting it at this one shirt. Here's the fee for it. Any plans for my birthday? Nope. I was thinking we would do some hibachi for lunch, and then they got roped into vending popcorn at the school. So I'm gonna spend my Friday doing popcorn at the school, and Nothing. I'll tell you a funny thing. I was looking at the calendar today to see, on the mom calendar. Does everybody have those? That's on the fridge. Here's everything that's going on, doctor's appointments, school schedule. Like today's Wednesday, kids get out early. Doctor's appointments, school out, school early days, any of that. Vet appointments, birthdays, dog birthdays. Yeah, my birthday's not on the schedule. Reggie's birthday is on the calendar. My birthday's not on the calendar. And I took a picture of it before somebody decided to write it in there. So they can be like, no, no, it's there. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's just another day. Just another day. Um, it was from the construction, most likely. Yep. Welcome there. Live and learn. That's what we got to do. Percentage is cool. Yeah. So we'll go a 10, a 25, a 50, and 100, depending on what it is. And a lot of that was when we had the retail store. So 100% was back within, was same day. All items had to be in stock. Anything that we had to order, they paid for that shipping because we were just ordering one thing for it. So it was, hey, we're ordering this. This is how we can get it done. You're paying for all that because it's not it's just so stressful. Yeah, it did. Yeah, and that's you have a minimum and you based off percentage there. And Tim's there. Yep, he's for a window tender raising money for a hurricane. Tim's awesome. Yep. That's right. I learned the hard way. Lose money and time. Yes, yes, yes. And all of my big Christmas orders have already been filled and out the door. Look at you go, Jeff. Way to go. Sharon, I had a customer want a shirt done for homecoming after I'd already said no orders because I was going out of the country. She insisted, so I hit her with a rush fee design and and there it is, and flack, and she paid $200 plus for the invoice. Love it, Leisha. Love it, love it, love it. Right here. What is that? Alsip? Yeah. Right now, 10 minute, 10 guys shops, 10 minutes from there. I bet she won't do that again. Maybe she will. But that's the thing is they're like, oh, when you have your fees out there, they know they're going to get hit with it. Now I have so much scrap. I'm going to require some efforts to pitch it. No, no. What are you going to do with it? You're going to repurpose it, right? You're going to get the grinder, you're going to cut it down, the mulcher, whatever the hell it is, and make your own. That's what you're going to do. I put you in my count. Somebody did. Glad somebody did. I'm glad somebody did. I care, right? No birthday for me this year, right? No birthday for me this year. I'm gonna screen cap all this and be like, yeah, see, people know. Corey's gonna do that. She's gonna be like, see, people care. Because I tell her, I said, I have no friends. They're all acquaintances. I said, I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere. I work, and that's it. I work, and I'm there. I my vacations and that are trade show driven, business orientated. I don't. The last one was that when we went back to Mexico, and I did work. I did work for a little while on it because I need to work. It feels weird not to. Ooh, it was a 6,000 piece acrylic order. Yeah, way to go, Jeff. Uh, I do cheer gym pro shops in the week of competitions. I used to get orders and they wanted them that week. I'd learn real quick to implement cutoff dates and stick to them. Yeah, yeah. Ouch, no friends. I, they're all acquaintances. Everybody's an acquaintance, and it's one of the things I said. Our friends, I have somebody that friends from high school ish. We were in high school. We worked together in that. Well, we maybe talk 2 or 3 times a year. Like, hey, what's going on? And it's usually for somebody's birthday, if somebody's doing anything. So they anything for your birthday? Nah, just another day, man. But it used to be St. Patrick's Day. We'd all get together. That was kind of the thing. I do need time management. I just need to know when my birthday is. That's all it is. It was for 2 shirts. I don't play about time. Yep, we've done that. Done that 100%. This is what you're going to pay. Don't like it? That's what it is. Even my lifelong friends don't wish me a happy birthday. I'm fine with that because I don't have the time for them to do it. My problem is I don't have the time to wish others happy birthday. Corey tries to remind me, and I know I get reminders there, but to be honest with you, I'm not on social media a whole lot. It looks like I am, but 95% of everything you see online is pre-scheduled with it. Sorry, little secret behind there. And that way we're gonna do. And that's it. Monkey suit. What? When I got married? What monkey suit? Did I have a monkey suit? Monkey suit. I need a little more information on that. So, all right, we're gonna wrap this up. Mentorship community. Your call starts in 24 minutes. So we'll get you over to that. And then we'll keep the room open all day. I got to bump out probably 10:15 so that way we can get worked on some of this other stuff so we can get there because it's a Wednesday early out day for the kids. So everybody, this is what we got. We'll be back here Friday. We got some nice sales starting tomorrow. You know what? Did I go over? I could, no, I didn't go over that. We got some sales that are starting tomorrow, so make sure to, if you're on the email list, open those up. Make sure to check out social media, do all that. Those start tomorrow. Flash sales, 1 day only sales, going through the 25th. 25th, we'll do our Black Friday specials. Wizard, if you're mentorship community or Hall of Fame, look for that today. I'm pretty confident it's going to happen today. Oh, the Daiquiri Bear. Oh, I don't remember. That was a long time ago. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. That was a long. I don't remember last week, Renee. You're asking. We'd have to go back to pictures to know what it is. All right. So until next time, we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things. You guys have a great day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you next time.